Discovered. I probably had a ball in my hand when I was an infant, like a baby, just not really knowing much about it. But I started getting involved with basketball. I've always played street ball, like with friends out on parks and things. But I started playing organized basketball in my third grade. I don't really know what age that would be. I was the only third grader on the fourth grade team though, so that was quite an accomplishment.
So,
Pretty much the first time was me and like my cousins playing on concrete, and it was a physical, loving game because we're all family. So you get in heated arguments and it gets physical and stuff like that. So pretty much a bruiser is what happened back when I was younger playing. So but I played a lot of sports back then too. So that kind of transgression into basketball and things like that too. So, well, yes and no. Me, where I grew up, it was a different environment, so there was other things besides sports that caught one's attention. But my younger brother, well, actually youngest brother, he played basketball with me. He was never playing on a organized basketball team, but we would play on the court and things like this. But my oldest brother played football, and my mom ran track, and so basketball specifically, not really, but sports, yes. My dad actually played basketball for a little bit, but then he started boxing. So my mother played a strong part in that because she's a single mother raising 5 boys, and yeah, it's not easy. But she says the only thing worse than that is raising 5 girls. So she's thankful. But yeah, so like in the environment that I grew up in, it was a lot of gang related and drugs and weapons and things like this involved. But like I was involved in those things back then because it was kind of what I grew up around, and it was what I knew. It's what got attention. It's what was, I guess, like the thing, for lack of better words. But then, we had an organization open up, like a Boys and Girls Club that was brand new there, and we had like some guys that came there and spoke to us about, like Christ and things like this, which as a kid I really didn't want to hear or understand that stuff, but they used different things to get us to memorize like scriptures. Like they'd be like, if you guys remember the scripture, then we get you some shoes. So I'm doing it for the shoes, but now as an adult I understand because I still remember that stuff, so that's very important. But yeah, I was in and out of the streets, and my mom, like my brothers were troubled kids, and because my mom, it would bring stress down on her and stuff like this. So I started playing basketball, and I got attention that I was getting from being in the streets, but it was good attention. It was positive, and it made my mom happy. So that was a big reason in me transitioning into basketball and things like that too. Well, actually, straight out of college, I didn't play professionally. I lived in Chicago. I had a job for like 18 months. Yeah, a real job, because this isn't a real job. Depends on who you're talking to. But yeah, I broke my wrist at the end of my college career, and that put me out for a while. And so I had a job, really, really good job actually. And after that, I couldn't put 100% into my job because at this point now I'm healed, and I was itching to get off work to go play recreational basketball. I was just like, you know what? At least I'll have basketball for fun. So I would go play at these like sports clubs and stuff like this, and there'd be professional players there, and they'd be like, man, where you playing? I'm like, I don't play anywhere. It's like, yo, you need to be playing somewhere. And I'm like, and then somebody's like, yeah, you just need to go to a exposure camp or something like this. And I did that, and then there was agents, and then next thing you know, I was in Canada. Is where I went first, and it's a good league, like as far as competitiveness, because you're allowed 9 Americans, and not that Americans are the best players, but it was a very competitive league, and so from there, but it's not a respected league, and then I end up getting into coming to Europe in Switzerland and things like that. So yeah, it's basketball has done pretty great things for me, and it's helped me see the world, meet new people, friends, and things like that. So I'm very, very fortunate and thank God every day for the skills and things that He blessed me with. I hear good things about this league as far as like not only is it competitive, but it's respected and it's a good league in Europe for sure. And I knew right away once my agent started telling me about it. Like so I knew a couple of friends and people that have come through here, and I know people that have started here, and now they might be somewhere else now. And it's a good, it's respected. So those higher up leagues or ball clubs and things like this, they keep eyes on players from Finland as well. So it's I like I do like it. I like the organization, the whole how you say course league, course liga. I like it's competitive. It's a good league. It's a really good league, and it's respected and I enjoy it. But it's cold here in Finland. If I'm talking about Finland itself, it's cold and pork and potatoes. So something you guys don't know about me is that I'm actually fluent in Finnish. I just act like I'm not. So I really know what you guys be saying about. No, I'm joking.